Okay, so today's goal is to get the internet. It's a Solomid XL internet inside of the standard Duomid. Should be a good fit. So when you get the internet, it comes with two pieces of shock cord. There's a real thinner piece and then a thicker piece. And it looks like the thicker piece will attach here to the bottom using these cord locks. And so there's cord locks on every corner. Then in the middle, there's these mitten hooks. And these mitten hooks, you'll see, will connect up to here. These are like midway up the internet. And then the very top has another mitten hook. And if you look up top at the net here, there's another mitten hook kind of way up top there. So all we have to do in theory is hook those together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna cut some lengths of the thicker shock cord and start at the bottom and connect the bottom corners and then see where it comes out here. And I'll probably cut them extra long so I can have some adjustment room. So I'll be back when I get that done. Okay, so here's what I did for the first back corner. I tied a loop in the shock cord, just a simple loop. Then I threaded it through the cord lock and then tied a stopper knot at the end. And it's a few inches longer than what it needs to be, but it gives me some adjustment playroom. So let me continue on until I get some more done. Okay, so both corners are tied down. That looks pretty good. Looks kind of even on both sides. So now I just got to repeat the process. And up front here, the other mitten hook is up at the front. So it's to allow for if you use a full-size Duomid inner, but since this is the Solomid inner, it gets a bit shorter, so we got to just be a longer length of shock cord. That should be the only difference. So let me get that set up. Okay, that should do it for the bottom. So there's plenty of space around. It's not sticking out from under the tarp any. Looks pretty even all the way around. And I cheated the front pole out a little bit because it felt like it was crowding it. So when I normally use this, I'm just going to use a dual pole setup. So I just use a single pole to easier get in and around with it. So now with these middle ones, there's mitten hooks. Then on the inside here, there's a little knob you can use, just a little clip you can tie to, but I'm wondering if it just wouldn't be all right even without that, just connecting the top up to here. So that's what I'll do next and see what this looks like. Okay, so I just used the tiniest loop I could hardly make to attach that top mitten hook. It's just a loop of a smaller shock cord, and both mitten hooks are connected to it. And it's not bad. I think I am going to go ahead and connect up the midpoints just to pull that out a little bit and make it a little bit more stout. So just a minute and I'll get that set up. There you go, and Bob's your uncle. It's all done. So it's pretty simple. The very back, just used the tiniest little loops I could make. I need to go through and cut the end of that shock cord off, trim it off a little neater, just like that on both sides. Then for the front, I tied a small loop in the front and then just looped it again to the back. And we've got stretch in all directions, so nothing's too tight. It can move around as it needs to be, or as you get in and out. So, all good. And some are saying that the bathtub floor isn't there, but that sure looks like a bathtub floor to me, and nothing's in there. It's just air. So, looks like a winner. Then the only other thing you have to decide is if you're going to leave that in there permanent or temporary. I have a really hard time getting loops in and out of these mitten hooks. So I'm going to leave it in here permanent. But if you're going to do it temporarily, I suggest getting a pair of nippers and cutting off that flap. Then you just have a little hook without having to open this gate. This gate is really, really tough. So that's up to you what you want to do. So now I'm going to see if they can all fit inside the Duomid stuff sack that it comes with. I bet it will. So let me try that.